Hi, Ed Kirschen with Equities.com. We're here at the Hyatt Hotel in New York City for the Markham Microcap Conference. And sitting to my right, Mr. Jonathan Strimling, CEO, SMTP Inc. Welcome.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being with us today. Now, you guys trade on the NASDAQ?
Yes, our company recently uplisted to the NASDAQ.
Fantastic. That's great.
Yep.
And your ticker symbol is?
SMTP, as one would expect.
Okay. Do us a favor, Jonathan, give us a brief overview of your company, its history, and its operations.
Sure. SMTP is a profitable dividend-paying company in the email delivery business. Just as a company might turn to FedEx to make sure that a package reaches the intended recipient's mailbox, commercial senders are increasingly turning to SMTP to ensure that their email gets to the intended recipient's inbox. That's what we do. So just as you've probably had the experience that occasionally an email doesn't get through, commercial senders who are sending legitimate opt-in email face a real challenge, which is that literally 22% of opt-in commercial email never reaches the inbox. We solve that problem for commercial senders like WebMD by providing delivery services that help ensure inbox placement.
Fantastic. What are the growth prospects in your target market areas, and how do you plan to capitalize on that?
Right. So SMTP is a relatively small business in a very, very large market for email delivery. The overall market for email is actually $2 billion.
Wow.
We're a relatively small slice of that, but we fulfill a critical function, which is increasingly the concern of all senders, which is can you get it to the inbox? So we've specialized in the area that's become increasingly difficult for senders in terms of getting their message to that inbox.
Discuss your company's competitive edge and strategic advantages that you would have over competitors. Are there competitors?
Certainly, there are competitors in the email market. Certainly, there are other companies that provide email services. So our competitive advantages are threefold. First of all, we employ a very robust delivery platform which helps ensure inbox placement. So we actually use the same technology that Facebook uses, that LinkedIn uses for managing very, very high volumes of email and yet still getting it through to the inbox. So that's competitive advantage number one. Competitive advantage number two is our name. SMTP. As I was coming up here, you mentioned that you'd seen SMTP on your emails.
Right.
Well, that name stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. We don't own the protocol, it's a public protocol.
Right.
But because we own the name, it gets us immediate credibility worldwide. In fact, half of our sales are overseas, half of them are in the US, and that name is absolutely a door opener. Wow. The third competitive advantage we have is that we have a very cost-effective, high-quality service infrastructure. So we maintain both onshore sales and marketing and offshore technical support, which provides 24/7 support for all of our customers to ensure that if there is an issue, we work with them rapidly. Finally, in terms of our growth, a key competitive advantage we've just achieved is our NASDAQ listing, which gives us both public company currency to make acquisitions, and we just put over $11 million on our balance sheet through a secondary offering. So those are key assets that we have.
What's your current market cap?
So our current market capitalization is $31 million.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about your background and some of the other members of management.
Sure. So my background is in e-commerce. So most recently I launched an online retailer, which we grew very rapidly. We actually grew it from concept to $10 million in revenue in just 2.5 years. That growth curve, which was literally, we grew from $2 million to $5 million a year, literally 5-fold growth 2 years in a row, was largely driven by very, very effective email campaigns. So I'd been on the customer side of this. I'd seen the magic of sending out an email campaign and watching $500,000 come back. And so, when I left that opportunity and moved to look to do something else, I looked at the email market because I had seen the power of email to deliver a return for customers, and I thought I could bring that to other companies in this role. So in terms of the rest of the team, our first hire was Yvonne Gaudet, who's a very experienced vice president of marketing, who's very experienced at cost-effectively acquiring customers from other email providers.
Are there any highlights, significant achievements, developments that you'd like to share with our investment community?
Well, certainly, I think, to grow a business, you typically need three things. You need a solid business model, you need a good team, and you need capital. So when you look at that historically, this company has grown organically and profitably for over a decade. Okay, we've got the name SMTP because we've been in this business a long time. We've been profitable and growing for a long time. And that's a very sound business model that we started with. I was brought aboard 9 months ago, and the first thing I wanted to do was strengthen the team. So we brought on board a talented VP of marketing. We brought on board talent in corporate development. We had some great technical talent that knew the industry and how to deliver email very well. Now we've recently added to that combination of a team and a business model, capital. So we just completed a secondary offering of $11.5 million, which is adding fuel to the fire and will fuel our growth as we move forward.
What are a few milestones or goals that you hope to achieve over the course of the next 12 months that our investment community would be interested in hearing?
Sure. So as I've told investors, and this is available on our website under our investor section, there's an investor presentation that outlines this, but we see two avenues for growth. We see organic growth opportunities, and we see growth through acquisitions. So in terms of organic growth, we're pursuing very disciplined sales and marketing. We've actually tripled our sales and marketing team. We're working to expand internationally, and you'll see significant effort to localize our website to other countries. Because half our business is overseas, almost without trying, if we try, we should be able to grow that as well. And then we're working with partners to increase referrals into our business. In terms of acquisitions, over the next 12 months, we do expect to execute on acquisitions which help us grow. We're looking to acquire established companies with revenues and earnings, but also to acquire some technologies which better allow us to serve our customers.
Jonathan Strimling, any closing comments you'd like to leave us with?
Well, we think that this company could be at an inflection point in terms of now having gone from a very sound business model that has had consistent growth and consistent profitability, but adding and strengthening the management team and then having access to capital, which should allow us to grow by acquisition as well. So it's a very different dynamic than it's been the case historically, but it's promising, and all of it can leverage the capabilities that we bring to acquisition targets that we would talk to. The core strength and deliverability, think of it as a very strong backbone on which we can hang other assets and other capabilities for our customers. So we've got this core strength and deliverability, we've got a very cost-effective cost structure, and we've got a great name, which is a great foundation on which to bolt other things.
If we want to look further, is there a website we can visit?
Absolutely. We're online at smtp.com, and you can visit www.smtp.com for our product, but for investors, go to investors.smtp.com for further information.
Jonathan Strimling, the CEO, SMTP. Thanks for being with us
Thanks
today.
for having us, Ed.
All right. I'm Ed Kirshen with Equities, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks.